Okay, good morning. I welcome you all for today's session. Before we begin, I'd like to begin our session with a prayer. Let's all take a minute to pray. God, our Heavenly Father, we come before you, Lord, as your children. Humble before you, Lord, as a little children before you. Lord, as we come to meditate this morning, to reflect and to pray, and to discuss about being service-minded to each other, give us a heart, Lord, to serve one another. Lord, as we come together to reflect on your themes, on your words, speak to us, Lord, by your Spirit, that the Spirit of God may inspire us, that He may speak to us, that we may listen to His word. We ask this in the name of Christ, our Son, who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen. Okay, I want to begin our session again with checking back on the challenges which I gave you last time after our last session. The last session was about taking rest, time to to learn to rest for oneself. How taking care of your rest time can help you to be happy people. And then I said, the challenges were, do you really take part in practicing the Sabbath, the week? So do you take rest during the week? And then the next challenge was, do you go through sour moments? No, do you go through times to stop and relax and take time instead of rushing through? And then the last challenge was, do not rest lazily, okay? So somebody was questioning, what's that? Rest, don't be lazy resting, lying down all day, not doing anything, that's called lazy rest, okay? Take rest at the same time. Take time for yourself to rest. At the same time, you also keep yourself active, happy, keep yourself busy too. And then you can always do something to have a good quality time of recreation. So that's a challenge we gave to you. And then today, I'm going to take time to talk to you about serving one another, to make service as a center of our life. I want to begin with questions. Are you a slave of your longing in your heart? Are you a slave of any longings you have in your heart? Next question I want to give you is, do you live with unchecked longings in your heart? Now we have our heart is all the time longing for a lot of things. Do you check what are you longing for? Do you have unchecked longings in your heart? Probably you can take time to reflect that today or tomorrow, and see how we are doing. My dear friends, if you want to experience true joy, you need to shift your heart from being self-centered to other-centered. Okay, if you want to be a really happy person, you need to shift your heart from self-centered, me, to others. So this means what? To transform your desire, your attitude, your goals, the way you look at your life, the way you look at your success. That's how can change our life. It means it's not all about me. You might find me am I contrasting? Am I speaking against what I spoke other day? I'm not. Okay, that day I spoke about taking rest, to give time for yourself. I never mean to tell you to be selfish about yourself. Today, I'm telling you not to be selfish. That day was to give importance to your rest, to your body, because you need to rest, you need to relax so that you can be happy, not to be stressed out all the time. And today is, how can I share my life to others? When you forget your longing, when you let go what you long for and put others first, put others' longing first. So, in another word to say, when you make someone to shine, when you make someone to be happy, you are happy. So I become somebody to make others happy. That's what happens with every hero. When you look at a life of a hero in a movie or a saint, none of them were self-centered. None of them were self-centered. They were always for others. I want to share with you a true incident that happened in India when I was a priest and taking care of an orphanage. There was an orphanage in the parish, the orphanage fell apart, so I rebuilt it and brought children back to the orphanage, and because I saw the need there. So I was working with this orphan children. We had 30 children in the orphanage, 4 teachers and people who cook and so on. So in Indian custom, the old tradition, I think that was something here too. Like for every Christmas, we try to put on new dress. That's our tradition. People do that today too. So since Christmas is coming up, I want to give new dress to all the children in the orphanage. Okay, I want to give them a pair of new dress. So I had maybe I think around $1,300 in my account. Yeah, that's what in my account. So I'm talking about Indian money. So I had only that much in my account. And so I said, okay, I got to do this. I have to make my children happy. If I'm not going to give them clothes, they are not going to be happy. Christmas is not going to be happy for them because, most of these children were really orphaned. They did not have a mom or dad or both parents taken care by the grandparents. So I know all these children. So I want to make them really happy. So I went to the bank, brought that money, and bought clothes for all the children. Okay, got it and given to the tailor and stitched them. And they were all ready to go for it. Okay, so almost maybe a week before Christmas. So I was trying to buy some clothes for myself. And I did not have money to buy. So I was okay. So I'm always like that. I don't care about myself. So I was happy, I was okay, and everything was going on. I thought, okay, something will come. I might get a little money, I may buy something. Nothing came, so that's fine, okay. So, and Christmas started, and then 2 things happened on Christmas Day. First of all, I want to give them meat on Christmas Day, and no money again to do that. Okay, no money to do it. So I have to borrow some money from a person who gave me money all the time, loaned me money to take care of the children. So I borrowed some money from a person who runs a shop, and I bought fruits and vegetables and meat and cooked them a nice meal, and the children were happy. So they were all playing after lunch. I usually go around and play with them. So one little girl, she's very closer to me. She doesn't have mom or dad. She always tells me, you are my dad, and she will say, you're like my mom, you're like my dad. So very closer to me. So she comes up, and after the lunch where the children are playing, she comes up and asks me, Father, where is your new dress? Where is your new dress? I said, this is my new dress. I showed the pant, and she said, no, that's not you. That's old. You wore this before. Where's yours? I said, no, this is new. And she said, no, that's not new. That's old. You did not buy. She was crying, and I kind of felt very emotional about that. When this little children coming and asking me, where's your cloth? It was a little simple words that she shared with me, but that touched my heart. I think, my defense, there is always great joy when we share what we have with others. As a priest, I've experienced so much. So much. So much. So my dear friends, things in this world, money, success, achievement, don't make us happy. They don't make us happy. You're trying to place your happiness on them? Good luck. No, it's not going to. Often we see in the world today, people are called high-driving people, high-driven people, they keep on going step by step up, I was here, I went there, just keep going like a ladder, people keep going. People think, today, in the world today, if I keep going up, I'll be more happy, more happy, more happy. No, it's not. It's not working. What happens actually, when you reach a certain level, you think, I reached here, so I'm going to be happy there. Once you reach there, again you go up a little more further. You're not there. Because you feel where I am, where you reach, is not making you happy. So my dear friends, trying to aim always bigger, better, more costly things, even more costly things, luxurious, more luxurious. You could have all that, but it's not going to give you happy. It's not going to give you happiness at all. Okay, I want to tell you something here. If you have something with you, maybe a best car or money or best house, don't feel guilty as I'm talking about this, okay? Don't feel guilty, I got all this. Don't feel guilty about it, okay? You had it, you worked for it, you had it. But I'm going to tell you to live in a way, how can you live in a way that you're not caught up to that? That's what I'm trying to tell you here, okay? Don't live with an illusion, with your mind set up, if I have that, if I have that money, if I reach there, I'll be happy. Don't make up your mind like that. Because the saddest part, our heart is always longing for so many things. You cannot control this heart. This heart is all the time longing. Especially the modern lifestyle, it's become worse. Today, a lot of us think it's not enough, it's not enough, it's not enough, it's not enough. Longing, so much of longing. And we are not satisfied. We are not satisfied with what we have. You know why we are not satisfied? What you're longing is not what we want. It is not what you're looking for. You are looking for this thing will make me happy, joyful. I think you're looking for wrong thing. That's why it's not giving you happiness. You are looking for something wrong, so therefore it don't make you happy. You are looking for a wrong thing. My dear friends, actually being happy means not being, make use of all the opportunities you get, earn all the money you can, and then be happy. It's not that you get it on top when you reach there. It's all about, it's the other way, it actually happens the other way. What? Trying to be happy in whatever you do. You're trying to seek through happiness, even little thing, and that's what being true happiness means. Not trying to get everything and then be happy. You get me? And that's what true happiness is. So, lots of money don't make you happy. Well, of course, a certain amount of money can make your life to be safe, to have a place to live, all this is needed. But once your certain needs, basic needs are met, the money you have does zero, nada, Spanish, does zero. Yes, you're trying to build that bank account, add zero zeros to that. I don't know. You can be happy with that zeros there? No. Does not make you happy. My dear friends, things, money of this world, that that they can make you comfortable, not happy. They can make comfortable, not happy. So I'm not saying here not to be happy with what you have, not to enjoy what you have. I'm saying do enjoy to have them. But what I'm trying to say is your joy does not depend upon that. Your joy, true joy, does not depend upon that. Things cannot make you happy. So don't cling on to that. That's what I'm strongly stressing. Don't cling on to that. Some time ago I mentioned experience of cleaning someone's closet when they die. I had an experience of that. I cleaned a closet of another priest who died. It's garbage once the person is gone. It is garbage. It is garbage. They might find precious to me. When they're gone, it's garbage. You don't know what to do with them. And that's what, if you have an experience, I've experienced that. So many friends, don't cling on to anything. Learn to do that. You know, we see in the world today, a lot of wealthy people have a wrong heart. They are wealthy, they have money, but they have a wrong heart and they live their life a miserable way. They live a very miserable life. So stop wanting more. Stop that, wanting more. Stop believing that happiness can come when you have the success, more things, more zeros in your bank account. Stop all that. Stop digging treasure in the wrong places. You be the driver of your heart. Don't allow your heart to drive you crazy. Desire and long for all the things. You be the driver of your heart. You need to tell your heart, you don't need that. You don't need that. You need to keep on telling your heart, you don't need that. Your heart is going to long for it. Okay, it's going to long for unnecessary simple things. If you see a pile of rock or stones, your heart, I need that. Why do you need that? You don't need it. And that's what you need to tell your heart. So how do you do with that? Let your intellect, let your mind drive you, not your heart. Let your intellect keep on telling your heart not to do. Yes, my dear friends, the best way to do this, the best way not to allow your heart to long for other things and then put your heart into other things and feel sad about it, the best thing to do is what I did in that orphanage. To give away, to serve. It's not all about you. Today I'm saying it's not all about you. It's more than about others. You know, it's more than about just you. So no matter how your life is, I'm coming to your practical life, you know. Sometimes you might say, well, Father, I don't have money. I'm facing struggle, challenges. However hard your life is, how much you suffer, how much you are sick, how much you have, how much you don't have. Still, if you want to experience the joy, you need to be a person of sharing. Reach out, talk to somebody. That's the only way you and I can be happy. Even when you're feeling, I don't have anything, I'm sick, I'm lonely. I told you the other day in my talk, you know, when you feel lonely, talk to somebody who is feeling lonely. Reach out to somebody. When you're going through a problem in your family, talk to somebody who has a problem so that you will know how the other person is going worse than you. So many of us reaching out, helping others, serving one another can make us to be happy people. The second thing what I want to say is be a servant. Be a servant to one another. Be kind to each other. That's what Jesus says, die to oneself. That's what our Master taught us. And the third thing I want to say is, do not live just an ordinary life. Try to live an extraordinary life. What is that? If you're living for yourself, if you feel it's all about you, it's an ordinary life. If you're living for somebody, it's about others, others' needs, that's important to you, that's an extraordinary life. That's what we are called for, to live an extraordinary life. You become an extraordinary person. I want to share a little experience of one of my priests with whom I worked. Okay, I'm pretty sure you know many priests, nuns, sisters who completely give their life for people. You had an experience, I have an experience of a lot of priests and nuns. My experience with the priests is, I don't know, God bless us, I've seen more priests who are outgoing, who are giving. You might have seen a priest who is not giving. I don't mean to say that. It's there too. I want to share about this priest with whom I worked. His name is Father Lawrence in India. He was in a huge parish like this, and he was a very busy priest from morning to night to 12:1. He's very busy. And he was a very successful priest too. Very hard worker. He was a very hard worker. And he would get a lot of money. And he would get even money from celebrities, the movie stars, because they trusted him. They know who he was, how hardworking, how honest he was. So these celebrities, movie stars, they used to give money to him. Can you imagine that happening to a priest? Well, the important thing comes here. This priest gets a lot of money. Money pours in. You know what? He would put all the money into the bank, not for himself. He will put that money to rebuild the church, to beautify the church, the parish church, to remodel, to make it more prayerful, to make it more traditional, to make it a place where people come and sit down and pray. The only focus of his spending money about people, about church. That's it. Never takes a penny out of that. Takes a minute. And wherever he goes, he was very successful. As I said, he was successful. He would work there 6, 7 years or 10 years. The parish is completely changed when he's there. The place becomes vibrant, active, full with faith. People all over the city flock to the church because they see life, faith, rebuilding family. So all this happens. And the important thing one day shocked me was, he was such a huge man, very powerful, very prayerful. So one day, I'm getting ready to go home, and I want to say bye-bye to him before I take my bus. So I was trying to go into his room to let him say bye-bye and go on. The door was kind of slightly open, so I knocked the door, and I said, "Excuse me, Father," and said, "Come, Gabriel, come on in." As I went in, I saw something shocked me. As I went in, this man, he was in his 80s, okay? He was there on the floor on his knees praying. A man in his 80s, a priest, was praying on his knees early morning in his room. That shocked me. I went home thinking about this in the bus all the time, What a powerful witness I had this morning, I said. I think, my friends, that's where our God is inviting us. A person to be sharing, giving to others, not to keep it to oneself, and to connect our life to God. Giving of oneself cannot be done without God within us. We receive Him into our heart so that we become that heart for one another. As a priest, that's what I have done. Many times I do have given money, people over need. I do that even now. I have also given a lot of time for people. In Canada, people needed my money. They wanted my time. I've spent hours listening to people, visiting families, because I found that's where people want to come back closer to God. So, my dear friends, let's be that person. Serve. Give yourself for others. Give what you have. Create smile in each other's face. Just a few more words to end. So how to do all this? Just tell yourself, I need to do this. Talk to yourself loudly. I will be giving, I will serve, I will give away what I have. Then don't only talk, do something. Start doing something. The next thing is give away what you have. You might have very little, even then, give away. If you find somebody who really needs it, give it away. If you don't know whom to give, send it away to faraway country where there is so much of slums. Maybe Africa, India, or Haiti, whatever. Wherever you find your money can help, send it away. So that somebody in those slums can experience the love of God, caring of God for them. Do that. So that in giving to others, caring for each other, let's create a smile on each other's face. When we do that, we can bring down God's kingdom even on this earth.
You're going to like Rule 7 for living joy, even though it's really hard to actually live out in our frantic world. Rule 7 is rest. I'm going to say something that might blow your mind. Jesus is chill. Jesus was a relaxed person, more relaxed than we could probably relate with. You see, most of us live in seventh gear. In fact, sometimes we associate that fast pace with pouring our lives out for others and with holiness. Jesus had time to stop and look at the person in front of him and focus on them with the laser kind of focus to where after he made someone rise from the dead, he would then say, get him something to eat. He's hungry. He'd have the time to find somebody who he healed of blindness and then have a conversation with the guy. You know why he had time for people? Because he had time. Jesus tried to live in first gear. That's also why the things that he said and did were so profound. In my short ministry so far, in life's work, I've probably said a lot more words than Jesus said. I've written more books than all the words that he said in the Gospels. But when it comes from a place of busyness, it's qualitatively different. I know you want to be more relaxed, but we don't live relaxed. And most of us don't know how we got so dang frantic, do we? In that beautiful book, The Little Prince, the main character, goes to these different planets and experiences different people there. Obviously, it's a fiction. But he encounters this one man on a small planet called the lamplighter. And this lamplighter, this guy, would get up and light a lamp and then extinguish it every 60 seconds. And he explains to the little prince, I don't know how this happened. There used to be normal days, 24 hours, but the planet kept speeding up more and more until it started to rotate 1,440 times every 24 hours, such that every 60 seconds you had to get up, light the lamp, sit down, get up again, extinguish the lamp, sit down. Isn't that kind of like your life? How did it happen? How did it happen to you? Maybe your life got frantic because you have a hero complex and you have to make everybody happy. Maybe it got frantic because you've maxed out your finances, so your expenses match exactly what you make, so you never get to rest financially. Maybe it happened because you tie your self-worth to your accomplishments. So sitting down and resting is impossible. You might lose who you are and what you're worth and all that. You know, I'm not sure I care that much about exactly where it came from. God's commands fix a lot of things when we obey them. And they help us get to the root of our problems when we just obey. Wherever you're at, however crazy things are, God commands you to rest. Guys, this is serious business. This is a command from God. There's only 10 commandments, and one of them is to keep a Sabbath holy, to set aside time as sacred. In the ancient world, places were always regarded as sacred, but this is unique. The Jews are way ahead of their time here, right? By the command of God. See, physicists now know that time is a thing. It's part of creation. If you step outside the universe, there's not space, but there's also no time. It's part of what God made in this universe we live in. God set aside a time as a place to rest, and he commanded them. And I got to tell you, for all the commands God had to give, to codify, to attach punishments to if we disobey them, this one must have blown his mind. Really? I have to threaten you to rest? Yes, Lord, we're actually that stupid. But he did this because he knows it's so essential for our happiness. And rest, that command to rest, it changed everything in the world. It started a revolution. It set God's people apart as a redeemed people. That command was first given in Exodus 5:1. God told Moses to tell the Pharaoh, let my people go. Let them go and what? Let them go and hold a feast to me in the wilderness. Let them party. Let them relax. Let them rest. Why did that start a revolution? Because it sent a message to Pharaoh that these people, they don't exist for you. Guys, rest sends a message that I don't exist for my work. I don't exist for my accomplishments. I don't exist for money. I don't exist to be a part of the great machine of society, for the advancements of science, for my government. I don't exist for any of this stuff. In fact, all those things exist to serve us, and we serve God. That beautifully sums up all Christian social teachings and ethics, doesn't it? That we're on a throne of dignity this high. Don't try to take us down. There's a beautiful quote from the book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, which I highly recommend, that if the devil can't make you sin, he'll make you busy. Both sin and busyness have the same effect. They cut off your connection to God, to other people, even to your own soul. Listen, God commands you to rest every week, and you should also take little times each day to have little mini Sabbaths each day where you just soak in life. Remember God, remember the people most precious to you, remember your why, remember who you are. And God commands that, like all his commands, because he wants you to be happy. He wants to share his joy with you. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about how to rest in a really busy world.
Okay, probably can continue your discussion later on after the session, so I'll wind up with a song and a prayer. Draw me close to you, never let me go. I lay it all down again to hear you say that I'm your friend. You are my desire, no one else will do. Nothing else could take a place to feel the warmth of your embrace. Help me find the way, bring me back to you. You're all I want, you're all ever needed, you're all I want. Help me know you are near. Draw me close to you. We don't need anything in life except God. That's all we need. Draw me close to you, never let me go. I lay it all down again to hear you say that I'm your friend. You are my desire, no one else will do. Nothing else could take a place to feel the warmth of your embrace. Help me find the way, bring me back to you. You're all I want, you're all ever needed, you're all I want. Help me know you are near. You're all I want, you're all ever needed, close your eyes. You're all I want. You're all I ever need. You're all I want. Help me know you are near. You're all I want. You're all I ever need. You're all I want. Help me know you are near. God our Father, we come before you, Lord. Draw ourselves closer to you, Lord. Help us never to go far away from you. The things of this world, things that we possess, things that we have, may not possess our hearts, Lord. That we may possess you alone, Lord. Help us to know that you are with us always, whether we have or not. You are our desire, Lord. You are the longest desire of our heart. Help us, Lord, to always desire for you and nothing in this world, because nothing in this world can take your place, Lord. Help us, Lord, to love you, to feel the warmth of your love. Help me, Lord, to find the way that you are my true happiness and joy. Help me, Lord, to come back to you. You are all I want. You are all that I need in my life, Lord. You are all I want. Help me to know that you are always with me, Lord. Amen. Thank you for joining, thank you for coming, and thank you for staying. We have 2 more sessions to go on next Tuesday and Thursday. Please to come again, join us next week. Thank you once again. A wonderful, nice day.